And good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to UndercoverET. Guys, I believe this to be breaking news, okay? For years, people have speculated that NASA have always been lying to us, okay? They are in space, they're in our atmosphere. They should know, right? Being the scientists, they should know what's going on around Earth. And yet, they always deny it. There's no proof, there's no evidence, we'd know. All that stuff. You've heard Neil deGrasse Tyson mentioning it time and time again. Well, now we've got Tim Burchett of Tennessee, Congressman Tim Burchett that is, and he has openly said that NASA have been lying. And this is big news, guys, because we always known deep down, but when it comes from an official capacity, that's a massive change, right? I don't know what's going to come of this. Hopefully it doesn't get swept under the rug. This is huge in my opinion. So we're going to look at it. Now guys, you can see on my screen, we've got a Bigfoot image. The Patterson and Gimlin footage of Bigfoot back in the day. I did a video on it last year. I gave my opinion. Fairly sure I lost subscribers over that because it wasn't a popular opinion. But turns out it is fake. People have mentioned it now. It's doing its rounds. Apparently the whole thing was set up. And Gimlin and Patterson was literally keeping quiet for this hoax to continue. And it was a very long hoax. Look, I took one look at the video, wasn't convinced at all, and I'll play you a clip back from that previous video that I made regarding Bigfoot. But we've got a lot to get into today. Like I said, we're going to talk about Tim Burchett, we're going to play a clip from him, we're going to touch on the King as well, because honestly the world we're living in right now is crazy, and I think the King's speech just there really depicts how crazy this world is. So we're going to listen to that quickly, and we're going to go over a few other things as well. We've got some images to show you, something that maybe we can connect the dots on. Who knows, guys? As always, like and subscribe to the channel. We do need your support. Support the public's evidence. Support disclosure. Let's go. Alright, so Brian Dunning's posted this on X. You've already heard that the new documentary proves that famous Patterson and Gimlin Bigfoot film was indeed a hoax. Now, here are all the film's revelations for you in one place. I'll leave the link in the description, guys. Thanks very much, Brian Dunning. I watched the clip myself. I was not impressed. In fact, here is the clip of myself talking last year when I was reviewing the evidence, and this was my conclusion. Who knows, guys? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Right now, my honest opinion is I think this is a person in a suit, but that's because I've done zero research on the subject. So maybe I'll dive into it in a little bit more detail soon. Right now, though, we've got a lot of UAP evidence coming in. We've got a lot of talk in Congress. There's a lot going on regarding UFOs and ETs, guys. So we've got to stay on this topic for now. So that was my opinion a few months ago. I thought, based on the movement, the way this thing was walking, it didn't look like anything that I couldn't explain. It looked like a person in a suit, just finished a shift and was on his way home. Also, I question the fact that this camera looks like it's open. It's out in the open. Whether it was set on a tripod on the left or not, I don't know. But if there was someone behind the camera, they weren't hidden. And yeah, very strange that someone would place a camera in this very open spot and capture a Bigfoot like that, right? It just doesn't make sense. So I was on the fence, didn't think the movement looked right. Turns out now that it was just a full-on hoax, guys. So yeah, look, if you're disappointed, it's absolutely fine, guys. Look, people get caught out all the time. But this hopefully is a lesson for some. Do not assume that something is real because you want it to be. There are a lot of hoaxes out there, guys, and some people will keep a hoax running for 40 years if need be. Crazy stuff, and quite amazing, really. But anyway, let's continue and let's move away from the Bigfoot saga. Alright, so I just wanted to play this clip quickly from King Charles, delivering a speech on finances and the cost of living. Yeah, I know. Let's have a listen.
The country move on from the recent cost of living challenges by prioritizing wealth creation for all communities. The country move on from the recent cost of living challenges by prioritizing wealth creation for all communities.
I agree, King Charles. I absolutely agree. Now, if we take the gem off the centre of that crown and sell it, we could probably take care of at least 2 counties in the UK, right? If we remove the other gems surrounding that lovely crown of yours, we can probably take care of half the counties in the UK, right? And if we take your sceptre and melt that down, we could probably take care of London. Do you see what I'm saying? We've got this guy, he's filthy rich, he's got gems and stones and gold coming out of his ass, right? And he's talking about blooming saving money. You gotta be kidding me, right? And the reason why I play this is because this is the crazy world we're living in, right? We are living in a world where People love the royal family, yet they've been found guilty of spending £12 million giving it to Andrew so he can pay off his rape victim. Are you f***ing kidding me? Are you kidding me? And we've got people in the UK that are like, oh, but I love the royals. This is ridiculous. This is what's wrong with the world. And by the way, for anyone that voted for Labour last year and was like, oh, I can't believe Labour's done this to us, rah, 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 but you know what, I'm not going to vote for reform. You're the problem. You voted the red bastards in the first place, and now what? You think your voice matters? No. And do you know what? That's the majority of this effing country. Unfortunately, we're filled with a bunch of do-gooders who actually don't know the difference between their arse and their elbow. It's insane to me. Honestly, I lost respect for the royal family a long time ago. And this guy talking about bloody saving money when he's got jewels on his head and blooming cloaked up when God knows what else. It's a complete joke, mate. It's a complete joke. That's what I say to you, buddy. End of. All right, on to this one. And Jay Anderson has posted this. What is it doing now? That's an interesting photo, right? Looks like an ant-type being. And it's got round markings on its hands, okay, and it seems like it's pushing out something that resembles a snitch or a dragon UAP. It seems to pull out something that, I don't know, doing something, right? There's Street Fighter style yoga flame. I don't know what it's doing, right? It's doing something. These things do resemble dragon UAP or orbs or some kind of snitchy type looking thing. Not sure what the armadillo is doing down there, assuming that is an armadillo. But you know what the ironic thing is? Armadillos eat ants, and this ant is way too big for this armadillo to eat. Maybe they thought they'd include that as an ironic side to it, because you can see here there's a trail of ants that this thing is likely going to feed on. And then you've got this big ant-man here. I don't know what it's doing. Maybe it's raising consciousness to its little ants to make this one become more... I don't know what I'm saying here, guys. I don't. But interesting stuff. I've shared some images, and this is one obviously I took from my hotspot. And I just put, you know, potentially these ancient things are still around. Whatever it is that thing is trying to portray, the flying orbs, I don't know. But as a UFO researcher, it hit home with me. Now, we've obviously got orbs, we've got dragons, we've got all sorts of stuff that we can look at. And so, yeah, I mean, guys... I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. This is very much an I don't know video. Very cool. And there's many pictures like this all over the web, all over the world. It looks here that Boomer visited the same site a couple of years ago. You can see the ancient carvings, guys. It's awesome. And it all must mean something, right? I mean, someone didn't just carve something random for the sake of it. They must have had a message behind it, or it meant something at the time to the people. Really interesting stuff. Look at that. Humanoid big eyes. Very cool. Very cool indeed. And it's strange because we don't just see the big humanoids, we see the small ones as well. It's like we see different shapes and sizes of these beings. Some have long heads, some have wide heads, wide eyes. So I feel like Earth has a history, huge history, a very long history, with a mixed bag of beings that have visited, lived, etc, etc. Really cool. Thanks very much for posting, Boomer. Alright, Red Panda Koala has posted this, and this is the breaking news, guys. Rep Tim Burchett says NASA is lying when they say they have nothing on UFOs, which they've always claimed. Nothing. NASA's saying, we don't have anything, we don't study this. I've been in meetings with them where they've told me they've studied it, and they have stuff that's classified that they can't share with the public. This is an official statement from Tim Burchett, an official congressman, who's saying that NASA are lying to the public. Which tells me that my hunch about Elon was right as well. He knows he can't breach national security, he can't breach any agreement. NASA's doing the same job. And what's really frustrated me, okay, is people like Neil deGrasse Tyson, who claim that there's no evidence, okay? Where are the aliens? Where are the bodies? Where's the clear footage? He does all that bullshit and ignores every single person that's trying to say, here's the evidence, here's the footage, here's the radio hits. They are literally frustrating you. Purposely, okay? Enough of the bullshit. Let's listen to what Tim Burchett has got to say.
Just the lying that goes on within these departments, you know, NASA saying well, we don't have anything. We haven't studied this or whatever. And I've been in meetings with them where they've told me they've studied it. And so, and they have stuff that's classified that they can't share with the public. And so, yeah, I think it's a big cover up. I think there's too many directions that it's going. I spoke to the president about it the other morning, a little bit about it, about, just being forthcoming and bringing the stuff out. And the problem is that you've got this arrogance within government. These people are so above the law on everything that they think that we're not fit to handle it. Our colleague from down in Florida, Moskowitz, he asked the question, he said, I don't think the government has the right to tell me what I cannot be afraid of. And so, yeah, but I'm very much afraid
How
of these
did President
departments.
Trump react to your urging?
I don't think he, I don't want to say he didn't grasp the humongousness of it or whatever you want to call it, but I think he was on a lot of other things at that time, Matt. I think we've got to get him close, and we got to have a 5-minute conversation with him and just have the questions that he needs to ask. Because when I was in a meeting this year and I was told that the president was on a need-to-know basis on some of this information, I thought, man, y'all don't know Donald Trump like I know him, and a few of us know him, because that's not going to sit well with him. Yeah. When I told him that, he goes, what does that mean? And I said, well, just that they're just completely arrogant, and that they don't think you should have that information. So I would hope that would light that fire under him. But I know there's a lot of things going on in the Middle East and other places that he's trying to tackle, right?
Yeah, I mean, he makes a good point, but at the same time, he makes the most compelling point. People are lying to people that are running the country. Not only that, I think even these guys don't know as much as what maybe Trump does know, okay? If Trump knows everything, he knows that he has to A, tread carefully, B, do a few things first before he can even start talking about it, because the secret goes deep. The pushback is real. And I can guarantee you he's slowly starting to learn more about it. If not, he already knows. And there's going to be a time where he will say something. But things will have to happen before that. He can't just wake up one day and say, right, disclosure's happening today. Because what about the pushback? What about everything that's stopping him from saying it, right? And there will be things. Whether you think it's the Epstein files or not, I don't, like I said, it doesn't matter to me. I don't care about why it's being hidden, okay? It's being hidden for the last 70 odd years. So there were reasons why it was hidden before the Epstein files, obviously. But yeah, the big news here is, guys, NASA are lying. Congressman Tim Burchett's willing to admit that. And that's a huge, huge step forward. Are we done with the lies? Yeah, absolutely. We don't want any more lies. We don't need it. And if you need the evidence, guys, just watch the channel. There's plenty of it on this channel where you guys have been submitting the evidence and I've been uploading it to the channel and going over it with a fine-tooth comb. We've got the best evidence, guys. And on that note, I will end on this one last thing. So I'm going to end on this one. I've literally just put this up. At Chris Bledsoe UFO, at Ryan D Bledsoe. Sup, fellas? So I've heard the latest. Seems you guys think your name should be mentioned when discussing orbs. That's fair, but you chaps seem very closed off from the rest of the world here. What's your best capture? Let's see if it compares, alright? Now, I'm blowing smoke up these guys' asses because they seem to think that when orbs are mentioned, their names should be mentioned. They want all the clout, okay? They want it all. This is what really grates me with the UAP community. They all want the clout. Just because they're filming UFOs, it's like, oh, look at me, why aren't I mentioned in every news report? Do me a favour, mate. I've got like 6 or 7 people just in my audience that have better footage than you guys. Absolutely. And here's my open challenge. Put out your best captures on this post and let's see if it compares to what we have. I guarantee you it doesn't, guys. I guarantee you it doesn't. I'm sure it's very good stuff, but what you guys film is far better. I'll put all my blooming money on it, which ain't a lot, right? But I'll put it on there. These guys won't respond. They obviously don't want to give me any clout either. But that's not what I'm after, right? If they've got the best footage, prove it. Prove it. I'll put the best I have in my archive against anything that they've put out there, and I'll stick your names to it as well. Trust me, I will. So, yeah, look, maybe some encouragement from you guys. Maybe they need some encouragement. Hey, if they've got really good footage and we can't even beat it, fair play. I'll even give them a mention. But until that time comes, nah, I don't think you guys deserve the amount of clout that you're seeking. That's just me. Anyway. Alright guys, we're going to leave it there. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. It is a shame that the Bigfoot footage wasn't real. Guys, don't blame the messenger. Don't hit the unsubscribe button because you're upset, okay? Which is what I think happened last time I said I thought it was fake. Just accept it, right? Things happen. Shit happens. We're not always right about stuff. But what I can say is, be realistic, be true to yourself. That's really what matters. And everything else, we can just leave it in the past once we know whether it is or isn't. Guys, I need you to support public disclosure as well. The channel, I'll be honest, barely covers my bills, right? So I want to go to places like Stonehenge. I want to go to Wales. I want to go to all these different places, record, try and capture an orb, making a crop circle, all that stuff. But how the hell do I fund it? How do I actually get the fuel in the car to go? Right? And this is where I'm at. Now I could get a job, part-time job, but that means my videos get cut in half. And so does the research. I thought about it, I'm thinking about it, I don't know what to do. I'm not after a life of luxury, I've just got to try and consider the people around me as well. So I'm in a hard place. If you've got any ideas, let me know in the comments. I'm all for it. I don't want to quit doing what I'm doing. I just have to find a way around it. It's a small hurdle. Okay, it's a big hurdle, but it's a hurdle that I'm willing to try and jump across. So, ideas, guys. I need them. Thanks very much for your time. Take care. All the best. And I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye for now.